Alright, this is chapter 1.7, subtract whole numbers. And it's very similar to the last lesson except that we're subtracting instead of adding. We're basically going to be doing pretty much the same thing. And it's stuff that you've seen before, so let's just jump right in. Let's get the right tool. Here we go. Alright, so we have 16,421. And we're going to subtract from that 14,831. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and estimate. So if we look at this one over here, this is the 10,000ths place. But remember, we always look over here next to it to see how big the second number is. We're really checking to see if this is closer to 10,000 or 20,000. And since this is only a 1, so it's either going to stay a 1 or change to a 2. Because 6 is big, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are the ones that round up, then this rounds up to 20. And it's 20,000. Notice the rest of these numbers just become zeros. Okay, and for the next one, 14, is this closer to 10 or 20? We get the same question. This 1 is either going to stay a 1 or become a 2. Oh, the top one became a 2, but this one stays a 1 because 4 is smaller than our middle number, which is 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 round down. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 round up. So 14,000 is closer to 10,000 than it is to 20,000. And now when we subtract, 20 minus 10 is 10. So 10,000 is our estimate. Alright, now we're going to just subtract using traditional methods. In the ones column, 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 3, well, I can't take 3 away from 2 without renaming. So I'm going to go over here to the hundreds place and change 400 into 300. And I'm going to add a 1 over here to give me 120. Okay, so this just looks like a 2, but it's really a 20. And when I borrow 100 from over here, I'm adding 100 to the 20. So this is 12 tens. Let's just look at that real quick. 12 tens is 12 times 10, which is 120. So even though it just has a 12 here, is because it's in the tens place, it counts for 120. And this 3 counts for 30. So I'm really subtracting 30 from 120. But it works the same way. If I subtract 3 from 12, I get 9. So 9 is what we have there. And now over here I have 300 minus 800, and I can't do that either, so I'm going to do it again. The 6,000ths place, I'm going to borrow 1,000, make this 5,000. I'm going to add 1,000 to my 300, which is 1,300. So really it's 13 times 100, which is equal to 1,300, and I'm subtracting 800 from it. Now you don't have to do this every time, but it just shows you what we're doing when we're borrowing, and hopefully it's starting to sink in. So 13 take away 8 is the same as 1,300 take away 800, basically, and it's 5. See, this 5 is in the hundreds place, so it's really 500, and this would be 500 as well. Alright, now we're just going to keep going, and it looks like we're done with borrowing or renaming. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, so we're just done. So 1,590 is the number that we got, and our estimate was 10,000. And you know, I guess that's close enough. It's pretty close. Well, it's not really very close. But you know, we're gonna live with that anyway. We rounded this number that was barely big enough to round up, and then we rounded this number that was almost big enough to round up. We rounded it down, and so we have a much larger gap here than we maybe should have. It could be that we should have rounded to the 1,000ths place. I guess we could try that real quick and see how that estimate. Here we just rounded to the 10,000ths place. If we take our same number, 16,421, and 14,831. And now this time we're going to round to the thousands place instead of the 10,000s place. Then I look over here at the 4, and that's small. So we get 1,600. Or 16,000. Well, not 1,600, sorry. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. See, 16,000. Over here we got 20,000. 1,400 is going to round up to 1,000 or 15,000. I keep saying that wrong. Must be too early in the morning. 6 plus 5 is 11, so we're carrying the 1. Oh, I'm supposed to be subtracting. Okay. So 0 take away 0, these are all 0, but 6 take away 5 is 1. So we get 1,000 for an estimate. 16 take away 15 is 1. 16,000 take away 15,000 is 1,000. And 1,000 is pretty close to our final answer of 1,590. So even when we're estimating, sometimes we have to choose a number that choose to estimate to the correct place value. It's easiest to just pick the first one, in this case the 10,000s, but it's definitely more reasonable to choose the 1,000s place in this case. Alright, so we may have to try that again. Anyway, looks like you've got this lesson. Everything is just standard subtraction, but you got to make sure you estimate. And it looks like sometimes you're going to have to choose a more careful estimate, but you can try the easy one first and then switch it. Good luck.